What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. The NBA back a day early, July 30th, and some players may not be in line with this return. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. So let's dig right into it. Here we go. So, guys, the way Adam Silver has this lined out and NBA is coming back, a little shift in the plans. He's bumped things up a day. They were scheduled to come back on the 31st. And as I started making this video, it was actually the 31st, and I'm reading articles, hey, he bumped it up a day. Now, I don't think a day is going to make too much difference. Maybe for some of the guys getting into shape and, guys planning to move and such, I think they'll work that out. But here's a little layout of how they have things set up. And as you can see, on the 15th, the international players and the players return to their markets. On the 20th, all players report. On the 21st, on the 22nd, coronavirus testing begins. So they're going to have vigorous testing for all of the players, staff, coaches, trainers, and such to make sure that everyone is safe. As we talked about before, there's some concerns about that. But on the 30th of June, the training camps will be starting, and then everyone will travel to Orlando to this worldwide of sports Disney bubble that they have set up, okay? And, the beginning of the restarted 2019-2020 NBA season is expected to start on July 30th. So we should have NBA basketball back, guys, on July 30th. And then on the 16th and the 17th. So for all of you guys don't know, the play-in tournament is concerning that 8th seeded spot. So since we had a season that was, delayed and halted because of the pandemic, we missed some games. And to, I guess, attempt to make things a little more fair for the teams trying to get into the playoffs, if the 9th seeded team on either side, East Coast or West Coast, comes within 4 games by the end of this 8-game stretch, if they come within 4 games of that 8th seeded team, then they have to, on August 16th, play this play-in tournament. And what that's going to consist of is the team that is sitting at the 8th seeded spot, when they just have to win 1 game. That's it. They win 1 game, they go to the playoffs. The team that's in that 9th seeded spot is going to need 2 games straight. They're going to have to beat that 8th seeded team twice, back to back, and then they'll make it in the playoffs. If they win the first game and they lose the second one, too bad. AC goes in. So that's the rules on that. I think it's fair. But that's what they're going to be doing on the 16th and the 17th. And August 18th is going to begin the first round of the playoffs. Damn. Okay. The 25th of August is the NBA lottery. Now, for all you guys that don't know this, all of the teams that did not get invited to this are automatically put into the NBA lottery. So all the teams that weren't invited to Disney Wild World of Sports will automatically be put into the lottery. So that's a different shift as well. And September 1st will be the beginning of the second round. September 15th, beginning of the conference finals. September 30th, the beginning of the NBA finals. And October 12th, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, if necessary. So that is the plan that they have laid out to bring basketball back to us. So, we'll see how all of this works out. If everything goes smoothly and nothing gets shut down, we can expect to have basketball back, guys, on the 30th of July. Now, Luka Doncic had to go back to, he didn't have to, but he went back to Slovenia during the lockdown, after the Rudy Gobert situation. You know, I guess he didn't feel safe, wanted to get home around his people, dangerous time. But with that, they had really tight restrictions over there in Slovenia. Not as loose as the culture here in America. And Luka Doncic is not in really good shape, his trainer reports. But in a later article, his trainer would come out to clear up the misunderstanding of Luka Doncic being out of shape. The interview was made for Russian. Originally, my sentence in the interview was Luka's not in top game shape yet, and game is the word that was missed out here during the translation of some international media. It's impossible right now to be in the top game shape because there is no games, and there is no difference with all the NBA players at this moment. Luka is actually in very good physical shape. He's practicing hard every day, having strength and conditioning workouts, basketball practice including 5-on-5, strictly taking care of his diet. There was a misinterpretation or poor translation of the international media. I guess using Google Translator is not always the best way to go. So, don't want to look into that situation too much. Just say that. And on another note, Nikol Jokic has been reported to be looking unrecognizable because of how much he slimmed down and how fit he is. So, it's going to be very interesting. Teams that we thought were going to dominate may not, and vice versa, because of fitness. Fitness is going to mean a lot. And Nikol Jokic they're saying, looking really fit, strong. And Jokic is already a hell of a player. So improving on his fitness during this layoff is going to be a phenomenal piece for the Denver Nuggets. I'm high on the Denver Nuggets, and I think they're actually going to do pretty well when the NBA returns. Now, there are some players, about 40 or 50 players, that have some concerns about returning to the NBA season. Everybody is not hunky-dory about the idea of going back around with the possibility of COVID-19 floating around there. So there was a meeting with the NBA Players Association, and the NBA Players Association and the NBA execs are actually having talks about this situation right now. Some of the players, the ones I believe that had the concerns, weren't really, I don't think that they were in line with staying in the worldwide of sports bubble that they've created. And, so that's the issues there. But as far as now, they haven't petitioned the NBA to not go. And so everything's still on schedule. But just be aware that there are 40 or 50 players that have, concerns about going into that bubble and being away from their families and so forth. One thing's for sure, two things for certain, sports fans: the NBA is on the way back, and we will have basketball. I'm so glad sports is loosening it up. Shout out to the NBA Players Commission, the owners, the execs, and Adam Silver for putting this together. And stay tuned, because I got more coming for you right here on Ballin with Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.